Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Shannon, and today I thought it would be fun, or embarrassing, or interesting to see how many books I have on my physical TBR. I have a really bad habit of buying way too many books, especially considering how many I already have on my physical TBR. So I thought we'd see how many books it actually is, because I don't even actually know the number at this point. It's gotten so far out of hand. So I thought I would just bring you guys along with me, and then once I'm done counting, I will go through every book that I still need to read. So this is probably going to be a really long video, so get some popcorn, a snack, some beverage to keep yourself hydrated throughout this journey. I figured we'd just I'll start counting, and I'll pull them down, and then we'll see how many it is in the end. $100 is right here. Right here, this is 200. So on this shelf, these shelves alone, I have not read 209 of the books. I'm not even exaggerating, I've literally only read 2 of the books that were on these shelves. Now, we're gonna count this. I count this as literally one of my TBR things, so I literally know I haven't read any of the books on here, but I need to count them nonetheless. So on this side of the library, I have not read 234 of the books. Fun times. Now, let's count my TBR rack, because this is I feel like my most imminent TBR. This is what I'm most likely going to be reading next. Okay. Okay. 278 at this point. Now, all I have to do is count the last 3.5 shelves. I think I said 278. 300. Right here. 300. I'm just gonna leave these books on the shelves because they're so low to the ground already. 400. 400. Jesus. So we're leaving that bookshelf with my physical TBR at a whopping 458 books. This is really making me hate myself. We just got to 500, and it's the last book of the Shatter Me series. These are the only books I haven't read in the Shatter Me series, and for 500 to be the last book in the Shatter Me series, I feel like that's just my sign from God that I really need to finish this series. Because I love this series. I just get so attached, and then I'm like, maybe I should take a step back. Okay, I only have one more shelf, and then I can go through all the books. Okay, I just finished counting, and the number of books on my physical TBR is 536. I am both scared and impressed with myself for this. And now we're going to get into reading all the titles, telling you guys what is on my entire physical TBR. I will not be giving you guys any descriptions, and I'll be going through these as fast as humanly possible. So we're gonna start back here. We have Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, Emma by Jane Austen, Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, Mansfield Park by Jane Austen, The Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath, The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, Moby Dick by Erman Melville, The Annotated Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, The Hawthorne Legacy and the Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and then we have the 50 Shades of Grey series by E.L. James on this shelf. Now we're going to go to these shelves, the fantasy and thriller shelves, my most empty shelves. Okay, I'm going to start with the books that are already on the shelves first, and then work my way up to adding things back on the shelves. Okay, we have The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. We have You by Carolyn Ketz. We have The Devil Makes Three by Tori Bovalino. We have Never Lie by Frida McFadden. We have Chase Her Shadow by D.K. Hood. We have I Know Who You Are by Alice Feeney. We have Lacey's Story by Stephen King. Dr. Sleep by Stephen King. The Bazaar of Bad Dreams by Stephen King. Outsider by Stephen King. Misery by Stephen King. The Shining by Stephen King. It by Stephen King. If It Bleeds by Stephen King, and Billy Summers by Stephen King. Next, we have The Cloisters by Katie Hayes. The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie. More Than You'll Ever Know by Katie Gutierrez. Might be pronouncing that wrong. Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. The Hacienda by Isabel Canas. What Lies in the Woods by Katie Alice Marshall. The Cousins by Karen N. McManus. The Resemblance by Lauren Nossett. Saint Death's Daughter by C.S.E. Cooney. The Maker of Swans by Pariak O'Donnell. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I'm gonna leave those books till later because there's currently books in front of them. Okay. Next, we have The Witch Haven by Sasha Payton Smith. Mirror Girls by Kelly McWilliams. The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. The Overnight Guest by Heather Gudenkauf. Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. We have Serpent and Dove and Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahern. Are You Awake by Claire McGowan. A Wilderness of Stars by She Earnshaw. Dune by Frank Herbert. Queens of Fenburn and One Dark Throne by Kendare Blake. Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. The Wife Before by Shanora Williams. For the Wolf and for the Throne by Hannah Witten. The Book of Night by Holly Black. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. The Atlas Six and the Atlas Paradox by Olive E. Blake. Dark Things I Adore by Katie Latari. Babel by R.F. Kuang. The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. The Daughter of Dr. Moreau by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Legendborn and Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion. Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Dog Island by Felipe Claudel. The Husbands by Chandler Baker. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. Soul Taken by Patricia Briggs. Other Birds by Sarah Addison Allen. The Wilder Women by Ruth Emmy Lang. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. Next, we have the entire Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. The Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. Threads That Bind by Kika Hatzopoulou. The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Banner. Tender as the Flesh by Augusta Bazturikia. Bazterica, Anatomy of a Scandal by Sarah Vaughan, and The Woman in the Library by Solari Gentile. Brother by Anaya Alborn. The Chaperone by M. Hendricks. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. Animal Farm by George Orwell. The Family Game by Catherine Stedman. Notes on an Execution by Danya Kakafka. The entire Poppy War trilogy by R.F. Kuang. Saint X by Alex Shockton. Priory of the Orange Tree and a Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. And On a Slide by Taryn Fisher. Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. The Murder of Mr. Wickham by Claudia Gray. The Madness of Crowds by Louise Penny. A Very Typical Family by Sierra Godfrey. The Night Country by Melissa Albert. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. The Last Word by Taylor Adams. The Woman Could Fly by Megan Giddings. All the Dark Places by Terry Parlato. Monsters Born in Jade by Tanvi Burwa. Defend the Dawn by Bridget Kemmerer. The first 3 books in the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. The Plot by Jean-Henri Corlett. Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. The Cruel Prince series by Holly Black. The first 2 books in the Bone Shard trilogy by Andrea Stewart. Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. Counterfeit by Kristen Chen. When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. Natalie and Bone by T. Kingfisher. And This Vicious Grace by Emily Theed. We have The Gilded Wolves by Riani Chokshi. Nightfall in the Garden of Deep Time by Tracy Hiley. The Lifeguards by Amanda Eyre Ward. All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. Trust by Hernan Diaz. The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. Light from Uncommon Stars by Raika Aoki. Pride and Premeditation and Sense and Second Degree Murder by Tirzah Price. Stone Cold Fox by Rachel Collar Croft. Other People's Clothes by Kala Henkel. Bunny by Mona Awad. The House in the Pines by Anna Reyes. Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. The Violin Conspiracy by Brendan Slocum. Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed. We Are All the Same in the Dark by Julia Berlin. In a Garden Burning Gold by Rory Power. The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. Realm Breaker and Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. The Golden Enclaves trilogy by Naomi Novik. Atomic Habits by James Clear. The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. The It Girl by Ruth Ware. Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Toole. A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers. She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. Daughter of the Moon Goddess and Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lin Tan. Mad Honey by Jodi Picoulou and Jennifer Finney Boland. Cover Story by Susan Roggetti. A Slow Fire Burning by Paula Hawkins. The Body Keeps Score by Bessel van der Kolk. Truly Darkly Deeply by Victoria Selman. American Predator by Maureen Callahan. One of Us is Dead by Geneva Rose. The Match by Harlan Coben. Poster Girl by Veronica Roth. How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole Lepero. Iron Widow by Ziran J. Zhao. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, except I've already read this. The Alchemist by Paula Kahlo. The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. Shutter by Ramona Emerson. The Twist of a Knife by Anthony Horowitz. The Violence by Delilah S. Dawson. The Final Strife and the Battle Drum by Sarah El Arifi. Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekuluk. The Vicious and Vengeful by V.E. Schwab and A Darker Shade of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. We just have these to go through and then we're finally done with these shelves. This is going to be a lot longer than I thought it would be. I'm not going to pull them out, I'm just going to point to them. We have Red Rising by Pierce Brown. These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. Watching You by Lisa Jewell. Cicada's Sing of Summer Graves by Quinn Connor. Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Beautiful Little Fools by Gillian Cantor. The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pitt Williams. Light Lark by Julia Astor. I think that's her name. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Muro. Then I have another copy of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Up here we have The Appeal by Janice Hallett. Lucy Foley, The Hunting Party. Gallant by V.E. Schwab. A Good Day for Chardonnay by Darienda Jones, A Shadow in the Glass by J.J.A. Harwood, The Neighbor's Secret by L. Allison Heller, A Bad Day for Sunshine by Darienda Jones, The Newcomer by Mary Kay Andrews, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, The Silvered Serpents by Rashani Chokshi, The Night and Its Moon by Parker C.J., Anastasia by Sophie Lerck, A Hard Day for a Hangover by Darienda Jones, Lore by Bracken, Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Rayborn, and finally, The Curse of Saints by Kate Dramis. Again, I'm just gonna point and read the title. We have A Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, We Hunt the Flame and We Free the Stars by Hafsa Faisal, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia Fairies by Heather Fawcett, Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas, Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer, The House of the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel, The Resurrection of Wildflowers by Michaela Smeltzer, With Love from Coldward by Alicia Thompson, Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, Where the Crawdads Sing by Julia Owens, Persuasion by Jane Austen, and I have already read this, The Book Eaters by Sonia Dean, The One by John Mars, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, The Life Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. We have Survive the Night by Riley Sager, Not So Perfect Strangers by L.S. Stratton, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton, My Murder by Katie Williams, Someone Had to Do It by Amber and Danielle Brown, and The Ballerinas by Rachel Kapelke-Dale. Time to read the titles from this. So, we'll start at the bottom. An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen, Alice Feeney's Good Bad Girl, Never Saw Me Coming by Vera Kurian, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, The Girl in the Well by Rin Chupico, All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman, The Housemaid's Secret by Lisa McFadden, Last Girl Ghosted by Lisa Unger, and The Chain by Adrienne McKinty, The King of Wrath and the King of Pride by Anna Huang, Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan, The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata, Rock Bottom Girl by Lucy Score, The Bromance Book Club by Alyssa K. Adams, Sinner by Sierra Simone, My Policeman by Beth Ann Roberts, and then we have the Dreamland Billionaire series by Lauren Asher, and then on the top here we have Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. Howdy, this is Editing Shannon. I actually lost the footage of me going through the top part of my TBR, so I just thought I'd re-film that for you guys. So all the books I haven't read on this part are Ace of Spades by Amanda Foody, A Broken Blade by Melissa Blair, One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross, The Grimrose Girls by Laura Pohl, The Grey Seer by Kim Leggett, Small Favors by Erin A. Craig, Inkblood Sister Scribe by Emma Torres, The Full Caraval Trilogy by Stephanie Garber, Heartless by Marissa Meyer, The Thorns Remain by J.J.A. Harwood, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bashardust, The Gilded Ones by Namina Forno, The Six of Crows duology by Lee Bardugo, Jade City by Fonda Lee, and Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Now let's go back to your regularly scheduled program. I'm just gonna read these off first. Maybe in Another Life, One True Loves, and Forever Interrupted, all by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Malibu Rising, also by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Sweet Sorrow by David Nichols. The True Love Experiment, Twice in a Blue Moon, Roomies, and The Unhoneymooners. These are all Christina Lauren books. Then we have What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walker. Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. Business or Pleasure, Weather Girl, and The X Talk, all by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Maggie Moves On, Forever Never, The Worst Best Man, and Rock Bottom Girl, all by Lucy Score. I know I already said Rock Bottom Girl once, but this is my indie published cover. Pretend You're Mine by Lucy Score. Outlawed by Anna North. The No Show by Beth O'Leary. The Book Proposal by KJ Mitch. Last Time We Met by Emily Houghton. An Heiress's Guide to Deception and Desire by Amanda Collins, The Iliad by Homer, The Night Shift by Natalka Burian, The House of Fortune by Jessie Burton, Falling for Temptation by MJ Hendricks, Half Blown Rose by Lisa Cross Smith, Marriage for One by Ella Mays, Adelaide by Genevieve Wheeler, The Air, and Bloody Heart by Sophie Lark. From Luke Off with Love, Culty, Wait For It, Under Lock, and The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I know I already said The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, but I have the indie published cover as well. Chew It by Claire Oshetsky. The Mad Women's Ball by Victoria Maz. Ivy by Willa Nash. And then these are at the bottom, but it's Heavy Crown and Broken Vow, also by Sophie Lark. And then I have Antoinette's Sister by Diana Giovinazzo. Over here we have 99% Mine and The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Homefront by Kristen Hanna. Night Road by Kristen Hanna. Grayson's Vow by Mia Sheridan. The Last Carolina Girl by Megan Church. The Homewrecker by Mary Kay Andrews. The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Marianne Schaefer and Annie Barrows. Stay With Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And then The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Savaged, also by Mia Sheridan. Then we have the last 4 books in the Neon God series. So it's Electric Idol, Wicked Beauty, Radiant Sin, and Cruel Seduction, all by Katie Robert. The Kiss Curse by Aaron Sterling. A Song for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. The Wolf Den and The House with the Golden Door, both by Elodie Harper. It's time to start putting it back together. We have Sweet Soul by Tilly Cole. Sugaring Off by Gillian French. The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. The Magic of Lemon Drop Pie by Rachel Linden. 1,000 Steps by T. Jefferson Parker. Collided by Lauren Asher. Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Fault Lines by Emily Atami. 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. The Lonely Hearts Book Club by Lucy Gilmore. Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers by Jessie Q. Sutanto. 1 Month of You by Suzanne Ewert. Hello Stranger and The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. Then I have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I have Addicted to You, Addicted for Now, Ricochet, Kiss the Sky, Hot House Flower, and Thrive, all by Kristen and Becca Ritchie. This is all part of the Addicted series. They are being traditionally published, and I'm buying them as they come out. The Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. French Braid by Ann Tyler. If He Had Been With Me by Lauren Nolan. A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting by Sophie Irwin. Beautiful World, Where Are You? Normal People, and A Conversation with Friends, all by Sally Rooney. Then I have Everything Is Fucked by Mark Manson. The Friend Zone, Part of Your World, and Yours Truly, all by Abby Jimenez. Then I have Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. The only book of Colleen Hoover's I've read is November 9th, and I didn't love that, so I'm kind of nervous to read this. The Spanish Love Deception and The American Roommate Experiment, both by Elena Armas. Notes on Your Sudden Disappearance by Allison Spack. Evie Drake Starts Over by Linda Holmes. One Day With You by Charlie Lowe. Back to the Burbs by Tracy Wolfe and Avery Flynn. The Belle of Belgrave Square and The Siren of Sussex, both by Mimi Matthews. Juniper Hill and Indigo Ridge, both by Daphne Perry. Wild Woman and the Blues by Denny S. Bryce. The Night Ship by Jess Kidd. The Many Daughters of a Fong Moy by Jamie Ford. LA Weather by Maria Amparo Escudon. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. The Paper Palace by Miranda Cally Heller. Violetta by Isabel Allende. The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. Pack of the Moon by Kristen Higgins. A Little Life by Hanya Yana Gahira. Call Me Crazy by Melanie Harlow. Make Me Yours by Melanie Harlow. Small Pleasures by Claire Chambers. The Tobacco Wives by Adele Myers. Really Good Actually by Monica Heisey. This Is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone. Alone With You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. Mrs. Nash's Ashes by Sarah Adler. Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Blau. Bones and All by Camille DeAngelis. The Best Summer of Our Lives by Rachel Hua. Proposal by Jasmine Glory. Summer Reading by Jen McKinley. All Fired Up by Dylan Newton. Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Dare. The Roughest Draft by Austin Sigmund Broca. Only Love Can Hurt Like This by Paige Toon. Then I have The Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, and Love Theoretically, all by Ali Hazelwood. Swear on This Life by Renee Carlino, and One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serrell. We have On the Way to the Wedding, When He Was Wicked, It's in His Kiss, and To Sir Philip with Love. These are all by Julia Quinn. It's part of the Bridgerton series. I'm actually in the process of reading that, so they probably won't be on my physical TBR too much longer. Then we have Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, Book Lovers, and Happy Place, all by Emily Henry. No, I haven't read an Emily Henry book. Please don't kill me. I really wanted to. I just didn't get into it yet, and I intend to. We Are Not Like Them by Kristen Pride and Joe Piazza. The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. Georgia the Other Way by Kate Claiborne. Iona Iverson's Rules for Commuting by Claire Pooley. Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. New York My Village by Uwan Akpan. The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. The Brightest Light of Sunshine by Lucina Coney. The Reading List by Sarah Nisha Adams. A Man Called Otto and Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akweki Emezi. A Season for Second Chances by Jenny Bayless. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Electra by Jennifer Saint. Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. The Candy House by Jennifer Egan. The Rabbit Hutch by Tess Gunty. Tell Me Lies by Corolla Lovering. Meet Me in the Margins by Melissa Ferguson. The Last Word by Katie Birchall. Johanna Porter Is Not Sorry by Sarah Reed. 1984 by George Orwell. The Messy Lives of Book People by Phaedra Patrick. Full Tilt by Emma Scott. My Monticello by Jocelyn Nicole Johnson. Something Wild by Hannah Halperin. Metropolis by B.A. Shapiro. Anatomy by Dana Schwartz. And that is all for these bookshelves. All I have left is my one bookshelf. And then we're done. We have What Have We Done by Alex Finlay. Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lai. It's One of Us by J.T. Ellison. These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. Guild by Reagan Kennedy. The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. The Poison Season by Mara Rutherford. The Darkening by Sunya Morrow. Stay Awake by Megan Golden. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. A Winter's Promise by Christelle DeBose. The Echo of Old Books by Barbara Davis. Alice by Christina Henry. Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller. The Bone Orchard by Sarah A. Mueller. The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. I'll Stop the World by Lauren Tillman. Furyborn by Claire Legrand. The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Imagine Me and Believe Me by Tahara Mafi, the last books in the Shadow Me series. The Cartographers by Peng Shepherd. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Carrie Soto Is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca May. The Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey. The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharp. This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. 100 Other Girls by Yvonne Hariri Kia. The Rebel King and The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. A Lady's Guide to Scandal by Sophie Irwin. Crying in the H Mart by Michelle Zauner. Someone Who Knows You in All Your Damaged Glory by Raphael Bob Waksberg. The Wife App by Carolyn Mackler. Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. The Last Letter by Rebecca Yaros. Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. Love and Olives by Jenna Evans Welch. Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adam. Drunk on Love by Jasmine Gullery. Birds of Confidence by Katie Kutubna. Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. Praise by Sarah Kate. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Starlit Crest, Winter, Stars Above, and Fairest by Marissa Meyer. The Score, The Goal, The Mistake, Misfit, and Good Girl Complex, all by Elle Kennedy. Okay. This video took a lot longer than I thought it would. I realized I have a horrendous book buying habit. I think I'm gonna go on a book buying ban for a while, although not a true book buying ban. I will allow myself to buy books that I have been heavily anticipating their release, but I will not allow myself to just go browse for books. But I hope you enjoyed watching me go through all the books I haven't read that I own. I honestly can't even remember the number. I think it's like 530 something, which is just great. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more book content. I upload as often as I can. If you'd like to be notified right when I post a new video, just make sure to turn on the notification bell And I hope you all are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.